If you want to stop overthinking, the first thing you need to do is let go of the past. You have to forgive yourself. You have to start forgiving others as well. And forget those mistakes that you've made. Right now, you sit on the edge of your bed at 3 a.m. with sad songs playing, feeling sorry for yourself. You got your LED lights on. Maybe it's blue some nights, other nights it's red. And you're feeling sorry for yourself as you ruminate about all of these mistakes you've made and all of these people who have hurt you. Or maybe you've hurt yourself, but this isn't helping you. It's only making you feel worse and worse. It's making you overthink and it's actually spiraling you into depression. Rumination, which is constantly thinking about negative events or negative things that have happened or mistakes, is actually one of the most common signs of depression. So you need to get out of this cycle. Stop thinking about the past. You can look back into the past and extract the lessons from it. That's productive. But constantly going into the past and thinking about it over and over again, that's not helpful. Thinking about something doesn't change that thing. So the only thing you should do is extract that lesson. Don't dwell on the past. Learn from it. I play a lot of sport, and often in many sports I've played, when the other team scores against you, everyone says 0-0 boys, 0-0. And what that means is even though you're losing, even though you're down a few points, the game's reset now. It's 0-0. We're going to pretend the game's just starting now. Everything that's just happened before doesn't matter anymore. All that happens is what we do from now onwards. And that's what I want you to do. When you experience overthinking, when something bad happens in your life that maybe you didn't want to happen, just say to yourself, 0-0. Everything resets now. Factory reset. We're going again from the beginning. Everything that's just happened doesn't matter anymore. And you let go. Give yourself 5 seconds to think about it and then just click 0-0. We're resetting now. That's going to help you a lot because constantly thinking about a problem isn't helping you. You're overthinking and it's ruining your life really. And it's going into every other area of your life. When you're someone who constantly thinks about the past and you constantly overthink, it actually stops you from living in the present, living in the now. And that means that you're around your friends and all of a sudden you go from being in a good mood to now being all sad. And you don't even understand why, but it's because of that overthinking. It can come into your mind and all of a sudden your mood's ruined, your day's ruined, you're horrible to be around. Maybe there's a girl you like, or maybe you're in a relationship, but your girl doesn't want to be around you, or maybe that girl you like, she doesn't like you anymore because you're always changing your mood. Your friends think you're no fun to be around because you're always overthinking and they're having a good time and you're kind of dampening the mood. Stop overthinking. Clear your mind. Decide that even though you made those mistakes, it's done. What's done is done. You can only focus on now onwards. And if you want me to help you with your overthinking, you need direct help from me, I can do that. In my community, we have step-by-step video guides. And I have one called the Positive Mindset Blueprint. And it speaks all about overthinking. It speaks all about moving on from the past, letting go, and just living in the now. If you want to access that, click the link in my description. That will take you to a form. Fill that form out, book a call, and we'll speak more about your problems and how my community can help you. The second way you're going to stop overthinking is by stopping worrying. Worrying is when you think about the future. So we've just spoken about thinking about the past and not letting go of that. That's what causes depression. But when you hold on to the future, that's what causes worrying and anxiety. So what I need you to do is stop worrying about the future. You cannot fully control the future. You can't fully control it. All you can control is now. Focus on your inputs right now, today. What have you done today? What have you achieved today? You're worried. You're thinking about the future. You're thinking, am I going to make it? Will I be a millionaire? Will I achieve my goals? What have you done today? Because you can think about the future all you want, but what actually shapes the future are the actions that you put in right now. So rather than thinking about the future, which you cannot fully control, focus on what you can fully control, which is your inputs now. And as you control your inputs and you put in the right actions and you do the right things each and every day, it will actually be quite clear what your future will look like. You'll start to be able to predict what the future will look like because certain inputs will always lead to certain outputs. For example, in the gym, if you're training hard, if you're consistent and you show up every single time for your sessions, if you're in my community and you have access to the Get Big Blueprint, a proven guide to help you get into the shape of your life without living in the gym, you're going to be much less anxious and worried than the person who isn't consistent in the gym, misses gym sessions, eats McDonald's every single day. Come on now. So controlling your inputs, controlling what you're doing on a day-to-day basis will actually help you stop worrying because you won't have time to think about what's wrong because you're focused on now. And as you focus on now and do the right things, you're no longer going to be worrying. You're actually going to be looking forward to the future. As you take the right actions, you become hopeful because you're thinking, I'm doing all of the right things now. And because I'm doing all of the right things now and I'm putting in those right inputs, the outputs that are coming, they're going to be amazing. You have nothing to worry about anymore. So if you're worrying, it's probably because you're not living the way you should be. You're wasting your time. You're doom scrolling. Come on, man. You're doom scrolling. You plan to do something, but then you pick up your phone, you look at the clock and 2 hours has gone by. And now it's time to go to bed. Of course you're anxious about the future. If you decided to be that person who does the right thing, the thing that you know you should do, even when you don't feel like doing it, you wouldn't feel anxious. So start taking the right actions. And I promise you that anxiety will go away. You're not going to be overthinking about your future anymore. You're going to be excited for the future whilst living in the present. The third way you're going to stop overthinking is by solely focusing on now. I want you to focus on what you're doing right now. What can I do today at this specific point in time to achieve my goals? That's what you need to focus on. And when you focus on what you can do right now, you actually become too busy to overthink. I know it sounds crazy, but you genuinely become too busy to overthink. It's almost like you're outrunning overthinking because all of your energy is now diverted to the present time. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about the future. All of the energy is just in the present and what you can do now. In fact, I would go as far as saying that overthinking is a sign that you are not busy enough. If you overthink, you don't have enough on your plate. Let me tell you a story quickly. When I was probably in the worst state of my life, at the lowest, feeling kind of depressed, I was heartbroken, I was questioning everything. That was when I built my first online business. And that was the first money that I'd ever made online. It didn't make me a millionaire, but I made a couple hundreds, maybe a few thousands. And this was when I was in the worst state of my life. But I didn't realize I was in this crazy state because I kept working. I was doing every single thing in my power to ensure that I was improving. I'd wake up, I'd eat the right food, I'd do my work, I'd go to the gym, I'd read a book. At the time, I was probably reading this book. I'd listen to a podcast on the way to the gym, listen to a podcast on the way back. I was so locked in, sleep on time, do it again, wake up at 5:30. I was too busy to be overthinking. All I could think about, all I had time to think about was trying to achieve my goals. So if you're overthinking a lot, what you need to do right now is set some clear goals for yourself, define those goals, and make those goals difficult. Whenever I tell people to set goals, I tell them to make them difficult. So you need to make your goals hard, like something very aspirational that's kind of uncomfortable if you say it in public or to even some of your friends who want to be average, if we're being honest. Set a really ambitious goal, a hard one. And when it's hard, because of the difficulty of that goal and how hard it is to obtain that goal, you're going to work 10 times harder than if you choose a goal that we both know you can achieve without breaking a sweat. Now your energy has to be diverted to the present and to right now. Because if your energy is thinking about the past or it's somewhere thinking about the future, you're not going to achieve that goal anymore. So set that hard goal and start working towards that goal every single day. I promise you, you won't have time to overthink. And on a separate note, you won't have time to be heartbroken either. I didn't have time to think about how bad that girl did me when I was working. I had a business to run. I had money to make. As some people say, I had money I can make. Money I can make. Had money to make. So I didn't think about the heartbreak. Obviously, time heals. You have to think about these things at some point. But when it was fresh, I didn't have time to think about it. I was thinking about my online business where I was selling my fitness plans, trying to improve my website, trying to improve the click-through rate and all of this stuff. So keep yourself busy. Set that goal. I hope you've set that goal. If you haven't, make sure you set it and start working towards it from now. You can do this. You don't have to be overthinking. It's not necessary. If you're overthinking, you have way too much free time. But guys, I have a community. Bro, where I help young men live purposeful lives and reach their full potential. And in this community, I'm helping a lot of guys at the moment with their confidence, with their mindset, but specifically overthinking, because it's a problem which hurts a lot of young men. So I can help you too. I can give you personalized advice. I can help you be surrounded by like-minded individuals who can push you to actually focus on your goals so that you don't have time to overthink. If you need help with your mindset, if you need help to stop overthinking, join the community. Click the link in the description, fill out the form, we'll book a call, and we'll speak about it so you can join the community. But I will see you in the next one.